Welcome
back
to the TAE Time Podcast. How's everyone doing? How are you guys keeping? I hope you're keeping well.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed our last episode. It was good. I enjoyed it. And everything.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. I edited and everything. Got clips and everything out of it. So you guys would have seen that throughout the week and everything. So glad that is done with. We're not actually we are around when this episode airs because we get back in the morning. So yeah,
we're gone again. What can we say?
Oh,
gone again.
Hate it. Last time though, it is the last time, so I'm very happy with that. Last time. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain, guys. Things are busy. Anyway, but there's something going on around this time of the year.
Drum roll,
Nicolette
please.
is very, very, very excited for.
Very excited for.
She has on the screen the whole time.
Every single day.
She does
have not missed a day.
She literally does not stop watching it.
I don't. It is the Olympics.
Yeah.
Guys, I am such an Olympics lover from really young age, but I think it's because obviously in school and stuff it was a lot of Nadia Comaneci and whatever since I was little, and then I have such fond memories of going back to Romania when I think the 2008 and 12 were on, and I was in Romania. Was it? Yeah. No, just 12. 2012, I think. That was a really big one. And I was in Romania watching the Olympics every day because it was too hot to go outside. We didn't really want to do anything. We were children. I didn't really watch the Tokyo ones. I don't know. I wasn't really there for it. But this year, yeah.
Did you watch the 2016 ones?
I think I watched it here and there, but as intensely as I'm watching it now, not since 2012.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not really an Olympics watcher, viewer. I know of it, I kind of know the results and stuff like that. I keep my eyes on it, but I think everyone else, I think I'm on most camp of most people that I'm a passive. If it's there, I'm oh cool, yeah, the Olympics. And I'll check in on maybe some of the ongoings, but overall, I don't really
find
care.
That crazy because what a great opportunity to support your country, and there's so many Nigerian players in so many sports, so I just be watching it to have someone to support.
Yeah, but that's why I look at the results, to see, did they win? No, oh, shame. Did they win? Yay, awesome. And also the highlights are all on Twitter. So
I don't know. I paid for Discovery. I paid I think €6 or something to have it, and I think I've really been making use of that.
Your €6,
yeah.
Well, since you have it on every day, I think you're making use of €6.
I had it on when we were driving back to Tralee home and back, and I was there's games that I had to see, and I think a big factor in that was Netflix coming out with a documentary on Sprinter.
Yeah, that
was such a push for me to get to know the players, support them, watch them, and I think that was so good. What a good marketing tactic
for the Olympics.
So I'm oh my God.
Well, the run air is not the whole Olympics,
But if they were to do it again in 4 years with others, I'd watch them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder how good the viewership of that was since it was around the time, right before the Olympics. I wonder if they'll try to recreate, except now with more athletes or whatever. But it's because the sprinting ones is the main thing that everyone watches, how fast someone is.
Yeah.
And I think a big testament to that is probably Usain Bolt. He kind of popularized that sport. Obviously, everyone. I think it's because running is so accessible.
Yeah.
And of all the sports in the Olympics, running is the most accessible. It's short running, not someone's running 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, even 400 meters, 800 meters. People are oh, I'm gassed. Whereas people are I can run 100 meters, quickly. I can run 200 meters. Because ever since you're a kid, people always, they race each other, let's race each other. And I think it's such it's the kid thing of people is race each other, right? So I think so that's why it's the most popular. This is my hypothesis as to why it's the most popular sport, just because it's it's the most accessible sport of the Olympics.
I think as well, obviously there's a lot of hype around it, and I think it is because of Bolt who put like a really big name on it. But I think this time there's such big characters that are driving the sport.
You're saying Bolt wasn't? You saying Bolt was probably the biggest character in the sport?
No, he was, and he was like he had every reason to be, you know. But I think I wasn't like as like I wasn't following him as much as I am the runners today.
Oh yeah, but sure, as you said, you watch sprinters, so now you're personally invested.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
But then you're seeing these characters like Noah Lyles, Sha'Carri Richardson, you know, Sharika Jackson, and it's these people who with such big personalities, and I'm like, oh my god, like how are they gonna do, and you know, everything. I think Sha'Carri was such a big like and I've talked about her here before because I said I'm not back, I'm better, and that's what she said. And I think seeing her, it just like, I don't know, I was like, oh my god, like it's time. Although there was some controversy around it because she wasn't staying on the Olympic campus, and when she came with the bus to like bring her there, private whatever, they didn't let her through, and so her and Sharika Jackson, I think it was her, they had to walk 1 hour to the warming area, and by the time they got there they kind of missed it, and it was unfortunate, but she still got silver, so I was really proud of her. And then the other character that's getting a lot of hate online is Noah Lyles.
I don't know if he actually gets that much hate. Like,
he gets a lot of hate.
Does he?
He has such a huge personality, and people never like that. People don't like people who stand out.
I know it's a mixed bag because just from my like following of basketball, you know, because I like basketball, just because of that statement of like world champions of what, and
champions of what,
like it was one of those things where it's like it was, you were either on the camp where you agreed with him or you're the camp where you didn't like him for saying it, and that's all I know. But I saw a lot of camp agreeing. Essentially, it was like either you're American or you're the rest of the world, where they're like, yeah, I agree with him. So that's why I find it strange how he gets hate, because in the basketball world, pretty much anyone that wasn't American agreed with him. So which is obviously majority of the population. So like,
but where he's from and the vocal people, they're the ones who are going to talk the loudest. You know what I mean? I don't think someone that didn't care or whatever is going to say anything. Where someone like it's him versus the NBA. Like there's so many NBA fans, so many different characters that have people that love them. So then you automatically feel like you need to be defensive. You know, like, but these are the best players. Like,
well, they are the best players.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but like world champions.
Yeah, but we were kind of discussing that last night, where it's like if America will actually, man, this is after, because we were filming this before the results, because the results is actually tomorrow. But if and when the USA team gets gold, then this is their 5th gold in a row. And at that point, as I said to you, 4 times 5, that is 20 years of consecutively being the best at basketball. And even before that, I think they lost, they were like silver or bronze or some shit, and then they got gold before that, you know. Like, so like they pretty much have they have the most golds in basketball, right? So it's like, yeah, they are the best in the world. Like, okay, the NBA league might not be a world champions league because it's not on the world stage, but it is a world champions league, as in like the people in there are the best in the world.
But that's, you know, and I agree with you, but I've seen some comparisons to being like, oh, it's like someone winning, you know, what's the UK
Premier League?
Yeah, winning that and being like, oh, world champions, or the Europe League and being like world champions. And I get that these are the best players, but they wouldn't be like.
Yeah, but I think it's very vastly different, and that's why I always say, like, I think it's vastly different for football due to the fact that in football, you literally have like a World Cup, right? And don't get me wrong, yes, FIBA, the World Cup of basketball exists. Yes, we know it, right? It exists, and Germany just won it recently. It was in America, right? All right, but in the sense of like, let's be real right now. Yes, football has a massive, bigger pool of players, massive, and the World Cup is like the stage where they put all their best players, right? like half the time, America doesn't even put most of their best players. They put NBA players, but don't put the best players when it comes to the FIBA, World Cup. The for basketball, right? They don't put most of their players. They put good players, but never put their best players, kind of thing, right? And also at the same time, it's like basketball is such an American sport in the sense of they have invested so much time and money in it that no one else, like the rest of the world, is catching up. Like where they're only catching up. Like that's why you have a lot of European players who are now in the NBA, right? Because the rest of the world is catching up. Like you have Luka Doncic, you have Jokic, all these Giannis, all these players. The list goes on.
It's obviously
right?
saying a lot that they're leaving their European countries
exactly
to play
the NBA because it is the best league in the world.
Absolutely.
And once again, it's kind of like how, like it's funny, which is funny. Like this is completely opposite situation. Quote unquote, the Premier League is seen as the best league in the world. In my personal opinion, it is the best league in the world. It's the hardest league in the world. Everything else is pales in comparison because you have most of the best teams in the world in that league, right? But England, I don't think they've ever won. One time maybe they won a World Cup, and they've never won a what's it called? The UEFA, the European League. They've never won that. So even though arguably they're the best, but the thing is, in basketball, America, best league in NBA is the best league in the world, and they win all the time.
No, but I think we're just waiting for someone to come out to be like, oh, whatever team, world champions of what, I think the Europe side needs a Noah Lyles to kind of bring a red flag like that, and then you're gonna have
you're
gonna have so much hate that's going to that.
But once again, I don't think you could have that in football because everyone knows that there's yes, there are different leagues, but no one is world champion unless you win a World Cup, which is so different, from the NBA where it's let's be honest, your team.
But you just said that England.
No, I'm saying but the Premier League is the best league in the world, but England has hardly ever won a World Cup, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. No one ever sees England as people see England as a top tier team, but they don't see them as world champions, right? Because they lose. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's the difference in football because it's kind of very established. Whereas as I said, basketball is not that established. It's pretty much established in America, and then everywhere else is catching up. If eventually the European leagues, the different ones, the different teams, the Barcelona's team, Madrid's team, all these other teams in basketball got good and got to the same level as the NBA, then we would be okay, we all see you in the FIBA World Cup. Because then every time America would have to put their best players out because they know these other leagues have such good players.
It literally doesn't matter. The facts at the end of the day.
But the facts at the end of the day is America wins all the time.
Not the World Championships. They win the Olympics.
And the FIBA. They have the most wins in the FIBA as well.
But
even without their best
they
players.
They didn't just win.
Oh my God, Germany won for
sure.
Okay,
there you go.
But most of the time they win. Go. That's what I'm saying.
So there you go, they didn't win.
No.
Anyway, back on to the sports and the topic of today, because I thought it would be fun and interesting so for us to talk about our own experiences with sports. So give us your...
No. You give us your
Why me?
Because you have lots of your little fun sports that you've gone through.
What do you mean? You did swimming. You're the best in your...
Yeah, in my county.
In your county.
At the time, yeah.
That's huge. Why didn't you could have been on TV.
No, and also I think I was third in my county, which is unfortunate. Top 3. And it's so funny.
Yeah, but had you trained and gotten better?
I was in primary school, so.
That's when it starts. There was this guy who said today, he was watching these Olympic sports and thinking if I was just more dedicated, if my parents pushed me, could I be in there? Because there's this person who said that he used to do rowing or something, but only did it in the pool. And when it was time to move to the outside the river, he was I don't want to do that. And he was the best that they had, but he didn't want to go outside, So he's I could have.
But it's all a pipe dream. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. As my brother said, you coulda. No, all I'm hearing is coulda, did, but you didn't. So
well.
There is no.
If your parents pushed you.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I would have ever been an Olympic level athlete in anything. I was
swimming.
I was a fast kid.
Yeah.
Both swimming and on the track, but I don't think I was so fast that I would be on this Olympic stage, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think my legs are giving out much faster than me getting to that point, kind of thing. But yeah, like I guess we'll start. I did swimming. I did running. I like a lot of these things I did in primary school. Swimming and running I did in primary school. I was really good at that. And obviously, like, you know, when you're in primary school, like, you get a big ego from being the fastest kid, both in those sports. So it's like, I was just like, no one can beat me. No one's faster than me, whatever.
Big
you know,
head.
and I kind of carried that into secondary school. And then in secondary school, but also obviously from primary school and secondary school, I did a little bit of football until Austin Stack stopped doing normal football and did solely Gaelic football for a while. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't like Gaelic football. And so I dropped that club and obviously just play football with my friends. But then I pretty much stopped that. And then I got into basketball and I really enjoyed basketball. Basketball, I did a lot up until I was... Sure, I was actually doing it up until like last year then I stopped due to injuries in my personal life due to health issues. And then and in college I also did boxing, kickboxing. So yeah,
you did.
Yeah,
You actually did.
Yeah,
You used to go all the time.
And then I also did boxing up until I moved to Finglas. No, up until COVID. Yeah, up until COVID. So up until 2020, I was doing boxing as well.
You did powerlifting.
So yeah, powerlifting, weightlifting. Wow.
Your experience is
the repertoire is pretty. I just enjoy doing things. Like I enjoy doing sports. I enjoy playing sports. I enjoy doing different things and challenging myself. Like each thing had a reason, you know, like I liked running and swimming. Okay, I did that, you know, and then I liked football. I did that, you know, for a while. And then eventually I was like, okay, I like basketball. And basketball was definitely the longest one because I was from like essentially secondary school all the way up until like a year and a half ago or so, a year ago, whatever. And then I did powerlifting and weightlifting up until a few years into me working actually as well from college. Because because essentially like the first gym I went to Dublin was a powerlifting, weightlifting gym.
Yes.
So like, even though I wasn't trying to go back into it, I ended up slightly back into it, you know, just because I was like, oh, this is cool. Like everyone else is doing this. And then they give you, there are a bunch of old heads in there who give you really good tips on like form and everything, which made me like, eventually I got like my squat to 200 and I got my deadlift to like 250. So like as you can tell, there were great coaches in there, and it was free. Like they were doing it for free. Like they're just like they see you doing it and they're like, oh, this is what you do, or like, and they push you, which is good. And then as well in that gym there was a boxing, so I did boxing with them. Continued my boxing from college,
your boxing career.
You know, because I did kickboxing for like 2 years in college, but then I just went like, yeah, fuck that, I want to do boxing instead, and like take the legs out of it. Also because the coach changed, you know, for the club, and I didn't really like the other new guy. I liked the older guy. And so I did boxing then instead. And I continued that because I just liked hitting things up until COVID. Yeah.
I think it's a great outlet.
Yeah,
you know,
it was a great outlet.
Let things out.
Absolutely.
You were so zen.
Yeah. And then once I stopped, after COVID, the only one I kept up after COVID was basketball.
B-ball.
Yeah,
and obviously weightlifting. But that's
just gym.
Gym, yeah. But that's still...
I didn't do Olympic weightlifting though.
No.
Like I stopped that, like, you know, because I was just like, yeah, I'm not really bothered, you know, and I didn't really care about my lifts for powerlifting either. So I was like, yeah, screw that. So it's pretty much the only one I kept was like, boxing a little bit, and then after COVID was basketball.
Yeah.
So that's mine, which, you know, I keep forgetting, like, I actually did all these things, you know.
You're a very
like,
active
and I enjoyed
child.
it, you know. Yeah. But then how about you? What's the story?
I did a couple of sports. I don't remember much in primary school. Like, it was kind of like you had to go to swimming with school versus, like, I wanted to go to swimming. Like,
did you get gold medals much in those, what do they call, sports days?
Yeah, but I think
no,
it was
not
a
the
lot
participation
of,
models, gold medals.
I think I did, but in very few things.
Oh,
like,
look at you! Like maybe the potato.
Yeah, something like that, or
like
that. You know, when you're wrapped, like what's it called?
Oh,
two-legged race,
three-legged race. Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I won a lot of gold medals.
Did you?
I won a lot of gold medals.
Oh, come on!
For all the like track stuff, you know, like the different runnings, and then obviously like any of the track stuff, but all the eggs and. Terrible at those. I was terrible at those. I was super competitive.
Yeah.
I was terrible at those. But anything that required me on my own doing something.
Yeah.
You know, my mom and parents would be like, oh, Brooks just always, you know, he's just always
displaying all your gold medals.
You know,
of course.
but yeah, continue.
I I did basketball. Actually, what I remember in primary school, that was a big kind of sport that was played, and then I kind of took it up in secondary school as well. I did badminton. I tried a little bit of tennis. These kind of sports that are like accessible in school, I was trash at all of them. I've been so trash. Like, I think I have really good hand-eye coordination, but I have no stamina.
You have
like,
a good hand-eye coordination.
I actually
You think so?
I
the
do.
way you play video games?
I do. I'm pretty good. I can get pretty good. I can win them gun games. I can win some of the but I have terrible stamina. Like, really. No, like, I actually don't think you understand. It's so bad. I remember being on the basketball team, B team, not the A team, obviously. And we would like go for games, and they'd have to like keep pulling me out because I just couldn't keep up. I just couldn't.
They're like, get off.
I just pretend I have some injury, or like I feel sick or whatever. Actually, my earliest memory of that was when we were actually doing speed walking, right? And they were doing like laps around.
Sport.
I know, they were doing laps around a tennis court, and we were learning how to take our own heartbeat. So it was like, you know, put your 2 fingers here or whatever. And mine was so high by the end of it. The teacher was like, "Are you sick or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sick," because I was so bad. I was so bad. But the one sport that I did keep up with was badminton, because that doesn't require a lot of stamina. You know what I mean? But
you
I
did enjoy badminton.
I did, and I was quite good, but I wasn't the best. And then there are people who were doing it competitively, and I've always felt intimidated by people who were good, so I just stopped instead of that being a motivating factor for me. I just kind of ran away from it.
Look at you.
Yeah. Do you have any embarrassing stories? Sports stories.
I can't think of any, to be honest, but I just, while we're also talking, I realized there were other sports that I did that I just didn't name.
So while I was talking, you were thinking about your own experience?
It came with epiphany at the very end. I was like, wow, crazy. But embarrassing stories. I was thinking about it as well, because you said it, and I was just like, I can't think, like the most maybe is like when I was longboarding and I smacked my face off the wall or something like that, or maybe skateboarding, like smacking myself, or...
Did you ever try to impress someone with your skills and then fell? Me.
I tried to impress you with like my skateboarding and my parkour.
Oh, not the parkour.
Parkour. I was able to. I climbed very tall buildings.
I remember
I climbed our school, our secondary school.
Yeah.
And that place is massive, if you know.
I remember one time when you were definitely trying to impress me, but you were telling me about like some crazy jumps off like these like huge buildings. We don't even have these kind of huge buildings in Tralee.
We do. The ones in town. Or like the one time Sharif and I went up on top, you know, when you're walking town towards like Boots and stuff. You know those buildings? Sharif and I got on top of those before.
Yeah, but there's stairs up on top of them.
There's no stairs. What are you talking about?
Stairs up there.
What are you talking about? Stairs where? Like...
Inside the building.
No. Up top the building. Like, you know, Hillbillies and all them other buildings up there. There's no stairs up there. What the hell do you mean?
Oh, I don't.
No, we got through from, you know, the side where you have the, like, scaffolding. We jumped up on top of the little thing. We lift ourselves up. All that stuff. We just did shit for fun of it. And, like, I jumped out my parents' bedroom window. I don't know if they know this, actually. The funny note, they might be finding this out for the first time when my parents weren't home. And this was when I was young. Like, I was at, like, maybe, like, 10 or even less. So this was big for me. Like, you know, like, I was sitting on the windowsill and I was just looking down. And this was when we were in Tamnakli, and we had this, like, the stone flower bed. So it's all stone. Okay. It's not flower bed. It's just stone, right? And I was, like, on the first floor. And
intrusive thoughts.
And I was hanging, and I was like, I wonder if I would be fine. And I was like, boss was inside the room, and the boss freaked out, and I just fell, like, you know, like, I know this is like, I'm young, I don't have any concept of like tucking to, like, you know, like absorb the impact, so I just fell, you know, boom. Legs straight, and like boom, on the ground. No. Legs just straight down on the ground. And then my body goes like, ooh. You know? And I'm like, wow. That's crazy.
So that was it for you.
And
That
then-
was like that adrenaline. Like you've
Yeah, but I've always been an adrenaline junkie.
What was your
I think-
first like? What's your first memory of like a time when you were like felt like that intense adrenaline? Like the first memory with that.
I don't. Like this is one of the earliest ones I can remember. There's definitely others, but like it's one of the earliest ones where like I was like, whoa, that was sick.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, damn, I can't believe I did that. Which is funny. That probably stunted my growth because that definitely affected like my legs
Wait,
and my
this
spine.
when you jumped out the window?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I straight like boom, you know, like absolutely. That's definitely like messed with my spine or something for sure. What the hell?
Yes.
It's crazy.
That's
I'm just lucky that I was like a young. If I did that like as a grown ass man,
You're
that was
fine, like-
my knees.
Fine.
My knees.
You're
And you know,
done.
like for a small kid, that's even a bigger fall than this because I'm like small. Like, you know, I was probably like this high, you know, like from the table, like I was like this high. So like to me, that's like 2-story building or
Yeah, because
something.
when you were older and you were climbing up my window, like
You
you're
know,
a lot
stuff like
taller,
that. Exactly.
longer.
So it's like less, you know, the distance is a lot
Big
more
jump, like-
as a child and stuff. So way different, obviously, way different. But
How did you get back inside?
boss just opened the door
Oh,
and I went
okay,
in.
okay,
Yeah, it was,
I thought your parents were your parents were gone, but
yeah,
you,
they weren't.
yeah.
As I did at my parents' home, and obviously like dumb stuff like that, like you know, like climbing up buildings, all that stuff. Like obviously, is like as a young kid, you're just doing that. Like you know, I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. That's why I like doing like BMXing. I like skateboarding, all those things. Like I'm going like longboarding down massive hills. You know, when it was dangerous, it gave me a
That's
rush.
why you had to get a root canal.
Yeah, it is why I had to get a root canal because
Expensive.
My teeth was semi-dead. Yeah, so because I smacked my face off a wall after going
Twice.
too fast. Yeah, but no, that was one
Yeah,
was a
but-
stupid the longboarding one, whatever. But yeah, no, honestly, like I love adrenaline, so that's
I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
No, I'm not an
Yeah, Nicola's
adrenaline
scared.
junkie. I'm just safe. Like I'm like I just want to be safe, bro. Like why would I jump out of like you know what I mean? Like you never know. Like what you can
But
die.
it's so fun. Like,
I don't enjoy it.
the rush. Do you not get adrenaline at all?
No.
You just get scared.
No, because so the thing is, I've done things that would be like adrenaline. Let me think. What
Like-
have we done?
like a roller coaster, like the rush you get.
Right. That's adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
So I'd go on it, and it's not enjoyable at all. Like at all. A lot of times I'd have to just close my eyes and like wait till it's over. And it's not fear, because at that point I know it's too late. Like I'm strapped in and like, look, you have to give in. Like you
Yeah.
have to just be like, if I die, I die. Like it is what it is.
Mhm.
But I don't enjoy it. I find it like really, I don't know how to explain it. Like tense. It's tense. It's uncomfortable. Like I want it to be over.
Yeah, you're
like
just thinking
you're
about,
going
like,
up and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna feel like hell. Like going
Which
down.
is so funny because it's
know?
such a contrast for me. Like when it comes to roller coasters, like I've said this to many people and
Yeah.
people didn't believe me, but then when people go on a roller coaster with me, they watch me closely because of what I say, because of what I'm about to tell you, and they're like, oh my god, this is so true, you know, because like a close friends of ours that were actually meeting on Sunday, like what's it called, they even noticed this. It's because we went to, what was the place we went to with them?
Tato Park.
Was it Tato? No, it wasn't Tato Park.
It
I
was
thought we went
Tato
somewhere
Park.
else. Okay, maybe. And I was like, honestly, like, oh no, the land in the thing, the like world land, you know, we went with them.
In Ireland.
No, the one near Strasbourg or wherever.
Oh, we went there as
yeah,
well, yes.
Yeah, Europa Land.
Europa Land,
Yeah,
yes,
whatever.
correct.
You know, because anyway, I cannot enjoy a roller coaster unless I feel like I'm gonna die. Like it's only at the point at which I feel I'm about to die is when I'm like, wow, crazy. You know, because otherwise I'm just like, I know it's fine. You know, like, you know, even the free falling, like not like there was a ride we went to and it's like you go all the way like this and then just free fall down.
Yeah.
And then you go onto the like roller coaster stuff. And like, I'm just like, cool. Anyways, moving
I do
on.
love a nice roller coaster though.
Yeah,
I
but
do like a roller coaster.
nah,
but
I need
not,
to feel like, that's why like people say like, oh, you'd love like bungee jumping or like you'd love jumping out of a plane. I think I would. But my problem is, my fear of that is once I do it once, I'll never get the feeling again. You know? 'Cause
And then how are you gonna chase that?
exactly. How do I chase that? Like what? How do I chase that? Then I'm gonna start becoming like a Red Bull base jumper or something.
Basically.
at my big age, just to try to chase that. You know? Because I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. No. You know when I knew I was completely unfit, like when I had to accept it, when you and your friend did something bad, and then I was with you, and,
and we ran, and then
and
Nicholas
you
just
guys
like,
not ran, y'all sprinted out of there.
and we sprinted a very far.
And
too.
I tried, and I was like you were out of my sight before I even got to like got in position.
I swear, you know, at that point, we probably sprinted like maybe nearly 400 meters. Because if you think about where that place is to like to his estate, that's like
y'all
around
left
that.
me behind.
Oh, absolutely! Like it just sprinted.
Zoom. And I was just there like,
and we were both just running the whole time.
I could not keep up.
Non-stop.
Like I was like, oh,
And it was like,
who am I fooling?
I just started walking. They're like, they're not gonna suspect me. I'm a little white girl walking.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just play that card.
Yeah, you know.
Anyways, for now you're an adult, full grown adult. What's kind of like an advice that you have for people who want to pick up a sport at a bigger age?
Just do it. Nike. Just do it.
Just do it.
Like honestly,
not sponsored.
At your big age, just pick up a sport. Like go to some community thing. Don't be shy about whether you're good or bad. Doesn't matter. Just go.
Don't matter.
And do it do it for yourself. Do it for your health, and do it for community. Because like even like the guys I played basketball with, the guys I went training with, all those things, I really like bond with those guys. They might not be your bestest friends, but like you're good friends that you enjoy having a crack with.
I mean, there's people that you play sports with, people that you do.
You know, exactly.
Whatever.
And you build a community. You know, it builds a community. You never know, you can find your next best friend at a sport or whatever. But and the massive pro of helping your health personally. So I think honestly, find something that you think you may enjoy and go give it a shot.
I would love to pick up a couple of sports, but there's nothing here. No, like literally there's nothing. Like I can't walk anywhere. So I'm gonna pick up a sport this fall, and I'll talk about my experience as time goes by. I'm not gonna say anything now.
You can drive to it.
I'll embarrass myself.
You can always drive to your sport.
No, it's by myself.
No, you can just go drive to your sport.
To Dublin, Sydney.
There's places in Kildare that do it.
I don't
probably.
know, man. I don't want to. Like I just, I'm like no. Like there's stuff that I'd like to pick up, like Pilates and stuff like that, but there's nothing here.
Boring.
You're boring.
Boring.
I think you just
Boring.
did. I hear you correctly saying pick up any sport?
I'm joking.
Yeah. Anyways, like Farouk said, I think just pick it up. I think challenge yourself. Why not? I think you're never too old to do something. Like literally you're not. Even if, like you don't have to be the best of the best. Nobody expects that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just do it for yourself and like enjoy it. Do something that you enjoy for your health.
It's never too late to pick up a sport, honestly. Okay. Even if it's your first time at a big age of like 30 or 40, fuck it, just go do it.
Like pick up fast walking.
Don't do that. You either walk or you run. There's no in between. No in between.
So many sports out there. Like there's disc throwing that your friend does. I find so cool.
Ultimate Frisbee.
Like that's a sport. You know what I mean? You know
and
what I mean?
he has a very big community with that. He always goes all the time with that. So
it's actually harder than you think.
It is actually hard. I played while I was in America for a little bit with them.
Oh, I mean I played it in Dublin with him once.
Oh yeah, when we went to the park or whatever.
It took us, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
it was hard.
I did a few of like their sessions with them, like as a full game. It was interesting. Not really like my cup of tea, but it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can see why people are into it.
Sports for everything these days today.
Exactly. So what is a sport that if you could be professional at, you would want to be professional at?
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it's in my blood because I'm Romanian. No, I think gymnastics to me has always been like really intriguing. I wish that I could have went to gymnastics when I was younger, but obviously there was no money for that. There was no institution for that either where I was living, if you know where I was living.
Yeah, all in little village.
But there was a girl in my class who was doing it, but she went to the city. Her parents dropped her there, whatever. And she was so good that our classes had pictures of her. The teachers put up.
Is she in the Olympics right now?
No.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I said. All this hype for what? World champion of what? So obviously that was intimidating to me. So I never touched gymnastics. But I think I would have loved to do it. I wouldn't have been good, I don't think, because I have a bit of I'm a little scared,
Nicola's a scaredy cat trying to think that she can do flips and stuff. She'll realize that she's upside down, she's like, and then falls.
Basically, yes. But I think I would have loved to try it. Like, I know it's too late for me at this point. I'm not that delusional. But how about you?
Yeah, it would have probably been sprinting. I just really enjoy running. I do.
Zoom.
Like short distance running.
Yeah, not like the 3 kilometer, 10 kilometer,
Not
5 kilometer.
kilometer, any of them ones. No, short distance run. I like the 100 meter, 200 meter type running. I'm like, yeah, I'm fast. Yeah, honestly, it'd probably be those. And maybe like for fun, it'd either be adrenaline wise, like kind of like X Games thing, like skateboarding. And or either if like fighting, I would have liked boxing. Boxing would have been pretty cool. You know,
pow, 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 pow.
You know, boom, 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 boom. But once again, big kudos to all those professional athletes because that shit ain't easy.
No, and I think
I know it's not
they
easy.
make it look easy, and there's actually been a couple of negative stuff being said about skateboarding, about how you've done this all your life and you can't even stay on the board.
Shut up.
Man, I've seen this guy fail an ollie in front of me for so long until he got it, and even I was ecstatic. So had I not known how hard it is, maybe I would have thought the same. But that just kind of puts into perspective that any sport, that these people make it look easy.
They do.
You know what I mean?
No, honestly, like, what was it? Even like, I remember the first time I went boxing, and I was like, yeah, I can fight, you know? And I went boxing. And then I get my hand out to me by these guys that are like fucking in their 30s and stuff. And I'm like, what the
Wait a minute.
I'm like, wait a minute. Why can't I do this? I just get my shit rocked. Like,
yeah.
You know? Like, I was like, you know, because I was like, oh, yeah, the requirement for boxing is knowing how to fight and, you know, being fast.
I know how to fight.
And having fast punches. And then it's like, no.
You thought there's techniques to it, there's strategy, there's all these other things, and once I always say to anybody, if you really want to test what your stamina and endurances are, try to do like 2 or 3 2-minute rounds. You will realize very quickly like you have no stamina whatsoever. It's not for me.
Because the way your tank will drain after just even like 1 minute of actually constantly moving, being on your toes, doing all these things.
You were so skinny when you were doing it.
Oh yeah, I was so lean. I was so lean when I was boxing, like because of how draining it is. Like you know, it's crazy. You know, like it makes a massive difference. But yeah, no, like. I really give out props to all these professional athletes because they're doing crazy work out there, you know?
No, absolutely.
Big up.
Fair play, but I still feel like I could do it if I put my mind to it.
You can do anything.
You can put anything you put your mind into.
I just know I can't do it even if I put my mind to it.
Wow, I'm too delusional for that. I can't admit defeat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode story. Obviously,
let us know.
In light of the Olympics being over
when you hear
by
this.
now, over by now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are motivated to pick up a sport or something, get active. We always promote that kind of lifestyle. So
exactly.
Till next time.
Peace.